Guys, nobody. How many of you are having software engineering in your academics? Can you raise your hand? Software engineering. Nobody is having. Okay. Okay. So we have four or five. Okay. So we have many people. Okay. So in software engineering, didn't you listen about the UML diagrams? Okay. It's something weird. Okay. Maybe the subject, okay, some concepts is different for you and us, maybe. Okay. So we have UML diagrams. Okay. So generally these UML diagrams, okay, this UML diagram represents the how the project flows. Okay. So UML stands for Unified Modeling Language. Okay. UML stands for, I'll show you. Hmm, okay. We have UML languages in the software engineering. Okay, when you are developing a one application, whatever it is, whatever the Android application, web application, desktop application, hybrid application, anything. Okay, you are developing one application. Okay, so when you are developing a one application, in the particular life cycle of the application, we have to design some UML diagrams for better understanding. Okay, we have to design UML diagrams. So this UML stands for Unified, I think Unified Modeling Language. Okay, Unified Modeling Language. Okay, so in this Unified Modeling Language, we have a different types of diagrams. Something like we have a use case diagrams. Okay, so we have something like data flow diagrams, DFD diagrams, and we have something like sequence diagrams. Sequence. Okay, we have sequence diagrams, and I forgot so many things. Sequence, use case, sequence, DFT, and class diagram. The class diagram. Uh, Something. I forgot many things, man. Shit. UML diagrams, use case, sequence, class,
A profile diagram.
profile. I didn't hear about this. Okay, we can write profile in the bracket. Okay. I don't know about this. I didn't hear. This is what time I'm hearing this. Okay, but I forgot many things. Okay, we can. We have a Google. No need to worry about anything. UML diagrams. Hmm. Uh, um, Generally, this is the class. Okay. Yes, we have some. Hmm. Yeah, the activity diagram. Okay, UML diagrams is divided into behavioral diagrams and structure diagrams. Okay, that's nice. I don't mind with it. And yes, we have activity diagram, sequence diagram. Okay, use case diagram is very important. Database, component deployment. Okay, so in this particular thing, only class or database is the important. Okay, we can use either database diagram or class diagram. Okay, but in this behavioral diagrams, we can use the sequence diagram. Okay, and use case diagram. Okay, if need, okay, if we need a more diagrams, we can add the activity diagram also. But so we can discuss use case diagram. Okay, use case diagram, and in the place of DFD, data flow diagram, generally data flow diagrams used on the machine learning projects. Okay, so sequence. Okay, we can discuss the sequence diagram. Okay, and if possible, okay, if possible, we can create something like class diagram. Okay, some class diagram. Okay, if possible. Okay, we can design these three types of UML diagrams for the documentation purpose. I mean, not for the documentation. Okay, from your batch. Okay, from your batch, I want to introduce a new concept in the Anudeep, which is the documentation. Okay, so I have one tagline in Anudeep, which is the man of ideas. Okay, so many people are calling me with the name of man of ideas because I'm proposing a lot of new ideas to the Anudeep. Okay, so this time, I want to propose one new concept to the Anudeep, which is the documentation. So I think you guys well aware of this documentation. I mean, we are doing documentations in the our day. I mean, in your academic projects, no, in your academic projects you have to submit your documentation for your project where you have at least 70 to 80 pages of documentation. But here we don't need 70 to 80 pages of documentation. I can prepare one index. Okay, based on that we can prepare at least 10 to 15 pages is enough. 10 to 15 pages of documentation we can write. Okay, we can design the documentation. Okay, so I will design the documentation. I will explain how to design and how to add the content for the documentation. Don't worry, I will be there for you. Don't worry. Okay, so we can design one documentation which is a revolutionary in Anudeep. Okay, and also I can explain you the PPT. Okay, so how to design the PPT presentation. Okay, what are the different things we can add in the presentation. Okay, so which will help us. Okay, presentation will help us in explaining entire project. Na? So we can add some contents in the presentation also. We can design a very good presentation. Okay. So that will help you to explain your project in the Capgemini meeting. Okay. And okay, we can do all these things after coming from Dasara, not today. Okay, remember. Okay. If you are good, okay, if I can see good number of projects, okay, good number of codings in your repositories. Okay, so if I didn't see any good repository, okay, so I told you my expectation. I want to see at least 16 good repositories for the project. I want to see at least 16 members should complete the project. Okay, if 16 members will complete the project, then only I can go with all these fancy stuff because this is the extra burden to me. Okay, these things are not in Adib actually, but I am giving these things for your which will help you to okay get more information that. So this is only my shake. Okay, so if I didn't found a 15 good repositories or 16 good repositories in our class, okay, I'm not going to explain this documentation and these UML diagrams. I will explain only the PPT. Okay, without any UML diagrams. Okay, remember. So I want to see at least 15 to 16 projects in the group. Okay, so you guys can discuss anything. Okay, right, I am an outcome driven person. Okay, so I want to see the outcome, whatever the process. I don't trust process, I want outcome. That's it. Okay, so you can do process. Okay, whether it is genuine or not genuine, I don't care. Okay, I want outcome. That's it. Okay, so at least I want to see 16 to 15 to 16 projects in the group. Is it possible? By Sunday morning 10 a.m.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, let's hope for the best. So the deadline for the project is Sunday. That means what is the date? Sunday. Sunday.
2nd October.
2nd of October.
2nd October. Okay, it's Gandhi Jayanti. Okay. 2nd of October. 10 a.m. Okay. So I want to see the 15 to 16 projects by this particular timeline. Okay, I'm not going to send any message in the group. I don't want to motivate anything. Okay, so I just want to see the outcome. That's it. By this particular timeline. Okay. Yes. And also, okay, so we have a holidays from October 1st. I mean, from tomorrow. Okay, I think tomorrow is October 1st, no? Today is Friday, no? 30th, okay. 30th is Friday. Okay, today is Friday. From tomorrow onwards, we are having the holidays till 5th of October. Okay, so we can start our regular sessions from 6th of October. Okay. Yes. This is what I want to tell you. Okay, this is not like a motivation. This is not like anything. Okay, anything pushing, but I want to explain the things. That's it. Okay, so it is very, very, very important. Okay, yeah. So, so we left with testing part. Okay, we have to write the test cases. Okay, so I will explain how to write the test cases. At least I will write the test cases for at least for three methods or a four methods by hardly. Okay, I will write the test cases for at least for three methods in our project. Okay, so one method from user dashboard, one method from login and register, one test case for user dashboard, and one test case for admin dashboard. That's it. But you can write at least 6 to 7 test cases. Okay, you can write at least 6 to 7 test cases. Okay, remember that. Okay, and I will explain the validations also. Validations. Okay, so validations not with the regular expressions. This time we are discussing validations with Hibernate validator. Okay, we have to discuss validations with Hibernate validator. Okay, this is a very small concept. Okay, we can change the three files. Okay, I will explain the thing. Okay, it is very easy. Okay, Hibernate validators. Okay, after discussing Hibernate validators, yeah, that's it. Okay, final project. Okay, after completing these two things, we can push the project in the GitHub. Okay, that's the final one. Okay, if you need, okay, if you guys are so interested in creating the admin account, no, so if you need, we can create the admin. Okay, we can create the admin DAO. So admin registration DAO. Okay, and admin registration service DAO also, if you are really want to create. Otherwise we can avoid this. Okay, if you are feeling like heavy, okay, we can avoid this. But if you want to create, no, you can create a one admin DAO also. Okay, it's an optional, it's your call, completely your call. Okay, it's an admin DAO. So so we are creating the account for the user, no? So you can create the account for admin also. As similar to the user, you can create the account for admin. Okay. For that again, we need a three files. Okay, one file for a app, one file for you know something like DAO structures and everything. Okay. Yeah. That's it. Okay. So shall we start testing part and validations part? Okay. Okay. Before that, do you have any issues? Today is Friday. I will be there with you till 1 o'clock only. Uh, from 1 to 2, I have a meeting. Okay, every Friday. Every Friday we have a meeting for sure, no? So I have to attend the meeting at 1 o'clock, and these things takes only very. At least 1 hour, by hardly 1 hour or 1.5 hour time. That's it. Okay, it won't take more than 2 hours for these two concepts. I know it. Okay. Okay. So it's your call to select testings or validations. Which one we can go with? So can we go with validations? Because validations is a somewhat changes. We need somewhat changes in the user. The project code, and testing is not the thing. Okay. So can I go with these validations, Hibernate validators and all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So actually, the need of Hibernate validator, the need of validations in the Hibernate project. Okay. So I will show you what are the things we can do. Mm. So this is the login and register implementation. No? So we have a register method in the login and register implementation service. Okay, in this service only, in this particular method, we are validating the data by using regular expressions. Okay, we are validating the data by using regular expressions. But okay, I don't want to write the declare expressions. Okay, in Hibernate, we have a one special feature called Hibernate validator. Okay, Hibernate has one special feature, which is a Hibernate validator, which is the very recent version. Okay, this Hibernate validator is introduced in I think fifth version of Hibernate. Okay, Hibernate validator, okay, introduced in, okay, Hibernate, Hibernate 5th version onwards. Okay. So generally, okay, so we are doing the validations with the regular expression, no? So no need of these regular expression, no. Okay, no need of these regular expressions. So when we are creating the user model or a room model, when we are creating the models here, okay, we are creating the models here. No, so to this particular models, okay, to this particular models, we can change some code, okay, we can add some code, okay. So if, okay, if you want to check the phone number, we are writing a one regular expressions with the, with the number of, I mean something like this, na, 0 to 9, okay, and we need a at least 10 characters, okay, I mean we need a 10 characters for sure, okay. And when we are writing, okay, when we are checking for the regular expression with something like, the username, okay, the username must be greater than 4 characters and less than 20 characters, okay, we are writing these kind of regular expressions, right? So we can avoid these type of regular expressions by using this Hibernate validator, okay. And we can also call this thing as a bean validator, okay, bean validator. That means, okay, this is the Java bean. Generally this is the Java bean, this entity class is known as the Java bean, okay, the class which is having the private instance variables and also getters and setters is known as the bean class in Java, and also pozo class in Java. Okay, so we are validating the data by using this particular bean. Okay, that's why we are calling this thing as a bean validator. Okay, so to work with this Hibernate validator, we need the three dependencies, ma. Okay, actually, this Hibernate validator has three steps. Okay, we have to do three steps of process, three-step process. This Hibernate validator is three-step process. The first thing we need is, okay, adding dependencies. The first step is adding dependencies, and coming to the second step, okay, coming to the second step, okay, altering model class. That means we have to add some annotations to the model class, okay. And third one is, okay, we have to um, what can I say, validate the validate the data, okay, we have to validate the data. So these are the three different steps we have to do in the Hibernate validating process, okay. So we need the dependencies, no, we need the dependencies, okay. So generally, okay, to work with the Hibernate validator, we need three dependencies, ma. We need three dependencies. One is, okay, the first one is validation API, okay, validation API. And the second one is Hibernate validator, okay. And the third one is the expression language, okay, expression language, something like Java X EL, expression language. EL stands for expression language because we are writing so many expressions. Okay, so we have to, I mean, Java compiler has to understand what is meant by that particular expression. So we need a expression language, okay, which is a Java hyphen XL, sorry, EL, Java X hyphen EL. Okay, so generally we guys are all aware of, okay, Java library, java.io, java.util. We know about this Java library. Okay, so we have something new here. Okay, what is meant by Java X? Do you know? Did you hear about Java X library? Java X dot el dot something, Java X dot compiler, something. We have so many things. Java X dot servlet. Okay, when if you want to work with servlets, you have to work with Java X. Do you know what is meant by Java X? Java is the main library in Java, but what is meant by Java X? Any guess? Okay, so generally Java X stands for Java extension. Okay, Java extension. So these are the, in this particular thing, we have the additional features of Java. Okay, we have additional features of Java. Generally, when you are working with Java soft, I mean Java Standard Edition. Okay, when you are working with Java Standard Edition, you have to add dependencies of Java X. Okay, when you are using Standard Edition, we have to use the dependencies of Java X. But when you are using Enterprise Edition of Java, don't no need to add the Java X, because by defaultly in the Enterprise Edition we have the Java X by defaultly. Okay, in the Enterprise Edition we have the Java X, but in the Standard Edition, okay, we don't have any Java X, so that's why we have to use the dependencies for Java X. Okay, so obviously we are using the Standard Edition, right? We are using Standard Edition. Okay, 17th version of JDK we are using, right? So we need to use the Java X extension, I mean Java X dependencies in our project for sure. Okay, but if you are creating the project with Java Enterprise Edition, okay, then no need to use the any dependencies for Java X, remember. Okay, so we need these three dependencies to our project. Okay, let's add these three dependencies. Okay, and as per my research, okay, as per my research, okay, so I have some good versions. Okay, I know some good versions of these things. Okay, we need 2.0.1 of Hibernate, sorry, validation API, and 6.0 or something, I don't know, so 6.0.13, I think so. Okay, we need this, this type of version, and this is a 3.0, that's it. Okay, we need a Java X, okay, expression language 3.0 edition. Okay, so better to use these editions, because I tested with the code. Okay, I checked with every code. Okay, I checked with the more, a lot of versions, but these things are working perfectly for my laptop. Okay, so that's why I am suggesting the same things to you. Okay, so we need three dependencies we have to add to our project. Okay, let's add, guys. Okay, are you getting my points? Are you okay with this? We need a, actually the Hibernate validator had a three-step process. The first step is adding dependencies. The second one is altering the model class, and third one is validating the data. Okay, first step we have to add these three dependencies. Okay.
Sir, we need Hibernate validator to remove regular expressions.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Hibernate validator is the replacement of regular expressions. That's it. Not more than that. Okay. Any doubt? There's anything else? Okay. So obviously we need a Hibernate validation API 2.0.1. So validation API 2.0.1 Marvin, I already searched for this. Okay. So type validation API 2.0.1 Marvin in the Google. Okay. For error-free code. Okay. You can see Java Beans validation. Okay. It is showing Java Beans validation. Okay. So copy this particular repository, repo, and paste it in our form.xml. This is our form.xml. This is our form.xml. We can add this here. Okay. After log4j, I'm adding. Okay. Now we have to add the second thing, which is the Hibernate validator. Okay. Search for Hibernate validator. What is the version I told? 6.0, no? 6. Hibernate validator. Here we have so many things. Okay, so we have so many versions. Okay, you can see all things are the alpha versions and beta versions and final versions. Okay, so that's why we are not using 8th version and 7th version, because those are alpha versions. Okay, not completely released. And here, okay, here we have 6.15 is the most used, and 6.10 is the most used. But okay, so this 6th version is also in alpha, 6.1 version is also in alpha. So we can use these versions, 6.0 versions. Okay. So here 390, 6.0.13 used by 390 people. Obviously, we need to go with the most used. So I think that's why I suggested you. Copy this dependency and paste it here. Okay, now we need to add the third one, Java expression language. Okay, Java X hyphen L. Okay, so Java X EL Maven. Okay, so actually it is showing some EL.
So your screen stuck at a place.
Ah. Hello. Sorry, I lost connectivity. Hmm. Sandeep, is my screen is visible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your Windows license. Okay, I don't want to run you. Go. Okay, so here we have, okay, so generally this is the expression level API, okay, so we don't need this. Okay, so generally, I mean, from here we copied the Hibernate validator 6.0.13, no? So here only you can type for Java X EL, okay? So type here. Okay, so generally you can see the extensions. Okay, so this is the API, Java Expression Language 3.0 API. We don't need API, we need the expression language. Okay, Java XEL. Okay, we need Java XEL. Okay, select this. Okay, so we need this particular file. Okay, here we have different versions. Okay, we have different versions of Java, I mean Java expression language, but see, you can see all the dependencies are not perfectly are working. Okay, all the versions are beta versions except 3.0, 3.0.0. Okay, so that's why, okay, 3.0 has the 408 users. Okay, so we can use 3.0.8 only, sorry, 3.0.0 only. Copy this. Okay, so this is the Java expression language. Okay, copy this repos, I mean repo, paste it in our form.xml. Okay, and don't worry. Okay, so if you are really search for these things, okay, I will send you separately for this particular form.xml. Okay, I will send this particular form.xml as a text file in the WhatsApp. Okay, if you didn't find perfect things in the internet, you can copy it. Okay, you can copy it from a repository. Okay, so this is the pom.xml that we use. Okay, so I can call this thing as a dependencies. Okay, so this is the text file we have, dependencies. Okay, I will send you this particular text file, okay, to update your pom.xml. Okay, so yes, we have added all the files, okay, that we need. Okay, see, we added Java expression language, we added a Hibernate validator, and we added, okay, validation API also. Okay, we need these three files, to work with the Hibernate validator. We need these three files. I added those three files. Now we have to work with the second step. Okay, we have the second step. So in the second step, what we have to do, we have to alter the model class. Generally this Hibernate, I mean this Hibernate validator has lot of annotations. Okay, it has lot of annotations to manage data or to validate data. Okay, so the most famous validations are, we can use something like not null. Okay, if you want to declare anything as a not null, you can use these annotations. And if you want to mention the size of any particular value, you can mention the size. Okay, and also if you want to write any regular expressions, okay, if you want to use any regular expressions inside the Hibernate validator. Okay, if you want to use any regular expressions inside the Hibernate validator, then you can use this particular pattern. Okay, so these three are the main annotations in the Hibernate validator. We have something like email. Okay, we have something like email also. Okay, so where you can check for the email. Okay, but we are not using email anywhere in the project, so that's why I'm not concentrating on this particular email annotation. Okay, we have to concentrate on these three annotations on the, okay, model class. Okay, so obviously we have the user model, right? So we have the user model. This is the user we have. Okay, so here I want to create you. I mean, I want to read username at least for 3 characters and at most for 15 characters. Okay, so I want to declare the size of the username. Okay, given by the user is okay, username sorry must be the more than 3 characters and less than 15 characters. Okay, that is the size of the username I want to create. Okay, so how to write that? So which type of annotations you are going to use for the username? Okay, I want to mention username must be more than 3 characters and less than 15 characters. Okay, less than 15 characters. I want to okay mention this particular thing. Okay, so here we are deciding the size of one particular element, right? We are deciding the size of one particular element. So we can declare the size annotations at the username. And here you can mention the size. Size. Okay. Minimum equal to 3. Okay, minimum size equal to something like 3. Minimum size equal to 3 and maximum size equal to 15. Okay, I want to declare maximum size as a 15. Okay, and obviously we need to import this size annotation from Java X, right? So import this. Okay, import size from Java X validation constraints. See, Java X validation constraints. Okay, we have to import from Java X. We imported that. Okay. Now here, okay, I want to mention for the username also. I want to mention it for the username also. Oh, sorry, password. So size, minimum password length is 5. Okay, minimum password length is 5 and max equal to 20. Okay, password must be minimum more than 5 characters and less than 20 characters. Okay, so and also I want to mention the user address also. Okay, user address, I mean city name or something. Okay, minimum needs 4 characters and max 20 characters. Okay, we can declare any size. Okay, we can declare at any size. And these values are the, I need these values at any cost. So that's why I am creating not null. Okay, I want these values at any cost. Okay, so that's why I'm creating not null. Okay, so we have to import not null from validation constraints as well. Okay, so make everything as a not null. Okay. Okay. So we are reading only these values now from the user. We are reading only these values from the user. So that's why I'm writing only these values. I'm writing the validations for only for these values. Okay, and here, okay, so I want to write some, I want to say, I want to write something for, I mean, user phone number also. Okay, so user's phone number must be the digit. Okay, user phone number must be the digit, and user enter has to, okay, only the 10 characters. Okay, not more than 10, not less than 10. Okay, user phone number length must be the 10. Okay, so right, I mean, in this type of situations, we cannot use a size attribute because we are having, okay, I mean, we are not having minimum value, maximum value. We are having only exact value, right? So here we can use some patterns. Okay, here we can use some patterns. Okay, so at the rate pattern, okay, at the rate pattern. So here we have to write some regular expression. Okay, so import pattern from validation constraints. Okay, so here we have to write some regular expression like here we have to write something. Okay, 0 to 9 or and which is a 10 characters length. Okay, 0 to 9 and 10 characters length. And let's see this. Why we are having the error? Hey, what happened? No. So here we have some issue, but I don't know what is the issue. Mm, Okay, I think the regular expression E is small letter. Okay, that is issue. Okay, regular expression E. I mean regular expression E is small letter, but I wrote it that as a capital letter, so that's why it is showing the issue. Okay, so here, okay, we want to allow only 0 to 9 digits. Okay, 0 to 9 digits, and up to 10 characters. Okay, up to 10 characters. Okay, so we wrote some validations for the beans. Okay, we wrote the validations for the model file. Okay, guys, did you understand why we are writing all these things? Did you understand the validations? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what about others, guys? Any confusion in the
Yes,
validations?
sir.
Okay, can I go? Can I move forward?
Yes, sir.
So, okay. So we are done with the second step. Okay, what we are writing in the second step? We are writing validations in the second step. We are altering the model class, right? So we wrote some situations. Okay, so if you want, if any person, okay, if anyone validate the particular, okay, if I enter, okay, username as a BS, okay, if I enter username as a BS, what to do now? Okay, we have to raise some issue. Okay, yes, username must be something. Okay, because we already mentioned the constraints, minimum value and maximum value. Obviously it will display some messages. Okay, if you want to display your own message, okay, if you want to display your own message for, okay, I mean violating for violating the data values. Okay, so here we can mention message also. Says if, okay, username is not in that particular range, okay, I want to print one message something like this: username must be more than 3 characters and max 50 or up to 50. Okay, just like that. Okay, you want to print messages, okay, you can print messages like this. Okay, phone number must be 10 digits. Okay, we can print these types of messages. Okay, separate with this comma. Okay, password should be more than 5 characters. Okay. Just mention this thing also. Okay, and if anybody violates the address, we can add a message for address also. Okay, message is an optional. Okay, message is an optional for you. So address should be more than 4 characters. Okay, address should be more than 4 characters. These are the messages that I want to print when user violates the our violates our data validations. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, so here actually we wrote the registration method, na? So this is the registration method with the regular expressions. Okay, so actually I am commenting this particular regular expressions. Okay, let's remove everything. Okay. Or you can see we can remove only this thing. Okay. Okay, we removed the regular expression validation. Okay, we removed the validations with regular expressions. Okay, now you can save anything. Okay, but it will not, I mean, our validations won't work because we have to check for the data. We have to validate the user input data, right? So here we can validate the data. Okay, for example, so here, okay, before registration only, we have to validate our data. So here we have some methods like, okay, so in this particular third step, we have some methods like validate factory, Okay, we have validate, or I forgot the name. Mm, validator factory or validate factory, I forgot. Hmm. Validator factory, maybe. Okay, so we have to create one validate factory. Okay, so let's create a validate factory. Okay, we have to create one validate factory. Mm, validate factory bf equal to something we want to do. Okay, so let's import this validate factory. Okay, validation factory, Java X validation. No. Okay, validate factory, not factor. Factory. Okay, so change to validator factory. Okay, it is validator factory. Okay, validator factory VF. Okay, so which is a VF. Okay, or we can create any other name if you want to create. You can create any other. Okay, I'm creating this as a VF. Okay, so here we have to create a one new validation factory. So here we can write something like this: validation dot. Okay, we need to perform some validation. Okay, it has a one method called build validation factory. It has a one method called build validation factory. So we have to call that method. Okay, build validation factory method. Okay, now here we have to create the validator. Okay, obviously you can see. Okay, when we need a session in Hibernate, when we need a session in Hibernate, we are going to create a session factory, right? We are going to create session factory. Okay, before creating the session. So here also same thing. Okay, so we have to create the validator factory to create validator. Okay, to create validator. So here we are creating some validator valid equal to. Okay, so we have to create this validator by using the object of validator factory, obviously. So vf dot. Okay, so get validator. Vf dot get validator, and we need to import this validator from Java X validations. Okay, we have the validation now, which is a very similar to the session. Okay, so to create a one particular session, we need a session factory, right? By using the object of session factory only, we are going to create session. So here also we are doing the same thing by using the validator factory. We are creating the validator. Okay, we are creating validator, remember. Now here, okay, so we want to validate the user. Okay, we want to validate this particular user. Okay, because this user has the all the values. This user has all the values, so we have to validate this particular thing. So here, okay, maybe we'll get some violations. Maybe we'll get some violations. No, so here we can do this something like this: validation valid. Okay, dot um, dot validate. Yes, validate method. Okay, validate method. Okay, so here we have to provide only our object. Okay, so we are validating the data. If when we are validating, okay, when we are validating the data, maybe there is a chance to violate, right? Maybe there is a chance to violate the data. So here we have to store all the violations in a one particular set. Okay, one particular set. So here we can write set, okay, constraint violation, constraint violation. Okay, so with the user, okay, so we have constraints here. Okay, this is our constraint. This is our, the columns, right? So this is our constraints. We have to match the constraints of the user. Okay, we have to match the constraints of the user. So here we have to mention the user part. Okay, constraints of the user we are matching. Okay, so totally we want to store this thing in the one variable violations. Okay, total violations. Okay, we are storing the total violations in set interface. First, we need to create set interface utility from. I mean, we have to import set from utility and the constraint violation from validation, Java X validations. Yes, we have. Okay, so we did that. Okay, now we have to write some use case. Okay, If violations are there, if violations is greater than 0, if anything violations, if we have any violations, so then we want to print those issues. If there is nothing violate, there is nothing to violate, then we want to store our data. We want to store our data. This is what I wrote. Okay. So if some violations, violations is the set interface. We can see this is the violations. If violations is greater than 0, that means if we have any errors, then we don't want to save the user details. So wrote user details in the else block. Now if we have a violations, we have to print those violations. We have to print those violations. So we can write some for loop here. Within the for loop we can do for. So we have to print the violations for sure. So just copy these violations. Instant violations. We have to create a one type of set. So violations violate equal to, we have to refer the violations. We have to refer this particular violations. So here within the log.info, we can print the number of violate dot get. We have a message, so we have the message, so we can print the message here, get violate message. And why it is showing something is defined as an argument user. Here's some issue. We are using same this one. Operator greater than is undefined for the argument type. If constants violations, then we have to print violations. Do we have any other thing?
So dot size.
We can mention size,
Yes.
Okay, maybe violations dot size. We'll try it. If we have a violations more than 0, then we want to print the message. Error message we want to print. Otherwise, if we don't have any violations, then we can just register the data. So let's try to use this. Hopefully it will work. So we want to register. So we have some validations for the username. So the username, the minimum length of the username should be what? I forgot.
4433.
4. So I'm writing 2 characters. Let's see what will happen. So I'm giving some random phone number. Enter address. So we have something like invalid data. No, it won't. Actually, it is not executing. It is printing invalid data. Do we have invalid data message? Do we have? We're not having invalid data, no? It is invalid data. No. Let's run it again. Let's see what will happen. One. I'm giving BS. We are printing login and register. We are getting the exception, but we are not printing our bean. Where are we having the issue? Where is the invalid data? We have an exception where we mentioned this. Login register 56.
Writing curly braces on the 70th line.
In the 70th line. Okay. Okay. Due to this, it is showing some error, no? Okay. Hopefully it will work now. One, yes. Some random numbers. Again, we are having the same thing. Actually, something is illegal. We are not having invalid data anywhere in our program, na? Where we are having invalid data. I removed that. Violations dot size or anything. Okay, I want to print some messages here. Okay, block.info. Hello. Okay, let's see whether it is if this particular if block is executing or not. Okay, it has to print hello for sure. If we gave the wrong data. Oh, same thing we are getting app.java 27 login register. In this login register implementation, we are calling this register method and where we are I think due to this conditions, there is a problem. Okay. We can do one thing. Int count equal to violations dot size. Okay. Then we have a one integer, no? So maybe let's try this. There is one black sheep in the code, maybe. Okay, where we have the invalid data in the entire program, it doesn't have any invalid data. See, string is not found. Okay, let's do something else. Okay, let's update the project. Okay, maybe there is some bugs in the code. Okay. Hey, we have some issues in the palm.xml, man. What are the issues? We're not having any issue. Showing error. Okay, let's update the project. Okay, let's just update the project. If we update the project, everything will be set for sure. Let's update it. Update with a force. Click OK. See, actually it is showing some error, no? Let's see whether it will clear or not. Okay, error in the palm.xml is cleared. Now it has. Okay, I think everything is clear now. Now we can run the code. give you some random numbers. Okay. Yes, we got it. See, username must be more than 3 characters because we are violating the username. Okay, so username must be 3 characters. Okay, let's try with something good. Okay, one. Suggest me some name. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we are providing the valid data, so that's why the registration would success. Come on. Yes, registration is success. Okay, so now it's working perfectly. Let's try with another check. Okay, so I can give someone name. Sure. Okay, so I'm giving only 3 characters in the password. Okay, and some random numbers in the phone number. Yes, we got phone number must be 10 digits and password should be more than 5 characters. Okay, so we got the issue. Okay, this is how we can write the validators. Okay, see guys, actually I added few things in the pom.xml. I added Java validation API and Hibernate validator and okay Java Java expression language, and I changed the okay this user. I changed the user. Okay, I wrote some some regular expressions, some size attributes to the user model. Okay, after this here, okay, so I'm changing something. Okay, so I create a validator. I created a one validator. Based on that validator, I am checking the user. Okay, based on the validator, I am checking the user. If okay, the validations is 0, if number of violations in the particular object is 0, then we can save the object. If there is a validation, some violations are there, then we can print messages like this. Okay, so actually just for confirmation we are printing this log.info. Just remove this. Okay, so this is the reason. Okay, so after changing something, just update the project. Okay, just update the project. So our compiler, okay, so there in the last version only it is not updated, so that's why I updated the project with maven update. Okay, so everything is fine now. Okay, so this is how you can avoid the regular expressions with, okay, we can avoid the regular expressions with our one and only, what is Hibernate validators. Okay, guys, is this clear? So these are the 4 lines we added. Actually, no need to add the CO also. We can directly use this in the if statement. Okay, let's try to work it out. Okay, address should be more than 4. Phone number, password, username. Everything is has an address. Okay, this is why we got Hibernate validators. Okay, we have to add 4 lines in the login register. Okay, and here we can update as we want. Okay, so you can update the user bean as we want. Then no need to change anything in the any other file. We need to change 3 files: pom.xml and user model and login register service. That's it. No need to change anything else. No need to change the DAO also, because we are doing all the validations in the service layer only. Okay, so this is the validations with Hibernate. Okay, did you understand? Any doubts here? So first of all, we are creating a session factory. That means a validator factory, which is almost equal to the session factory. By using the validator factory object, we are creating the one validator. By using the validator, we are validating the user object. We are validating the user object. Maybe that particular user object violates some issues or violates our rules and regulations. If okay, if we have a violations more than 0, Okay, if we have a violations more than 0, we don't want to save our object because it has some violations. Okay, so that's why we are printing some violation messages. We are printing violation messages. Okay, so this is the thing we need to do. Okay, guys, is this clear for everyone? Okay, I'll send you the pom.xml file just now. But remember, we have to use only these versions, okay? Because I worked with so many other versions also, but I'm getting some issues. So these versions are the perfect for us. Okay, these versions are the perfect for us. Okay, so that's why I'm sending this dependencies file to you in the WhatsApp. You can add the dependencies from the text file. Guys, you are so silent. What happened? Is that okay? Do I need to repeat?
No, sir.
Okay. Katin, everything is okay, no? Yes. Gunjan? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Priyanshu, Astosh, Sandeep?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Divya, Rupa, Shika, Priya, Prashant. Confirmation from
Yes,
everyone.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
There are so many batches here. This is the dependencies file. And yes, I want to tell you another thing also. Okay, so many people are sending project as a some list of files. Okay, so I don't want to receive any list of files. Okay, so I want to have the project, complete project I need. Okay, see, so this is the project structure. You have to create the folder structures like this. Okay, don't send only the files. Okay, if you are having the only files, how to do it? How can I add? How can I check the files? Right? So you have to push it as a entire project. Then only I'll have a one option like code zip file. I will download as a zip file and so we will have the total environment in it. So we can directly work on the environment. Okay. So please send it as a this project structure only. Don't send it as a list of files. Okay. Remember. So I saw some people are sending it as the list of files. Okay. I don't want to receive any list of files. Send me as the project. Okay. So if you are using GitHub upload, no, so you can upload everything. Okay. For example, mm, what? For example, I have this file. Okay. Okay, I want to upload some files in it. Okay, I want to upload some files. Okay, so add files. Okay, upload files. So here you can add all the things. Okay, for example, okay, you can select everything here. You can select everything, and you can right click on it, and here you can upload the things. Okay, it will upload like a same structure only. See, see, it will uploading like a structure only. So you have to do this. Okay, don't upload only files. Okay. Okay, after uploading, you can click on the submit. See, it created something. Commit changes. Come on, come on. Okay, so you can see we have the folder like structure where we are having the SRC. In the SRC, we have the main. In the main, we have some other folders. Okay, covered. See, we are having the file like this. Okay, so I need to receive a folder structure like this. Okay, since we are using upload file only, upload option. Okay, you can do the same thing. Okay, remember, I want to receive the files as a I mean, I don't want to receive the files. I want a project. Okay, got it. So you know how you are doing. Okay, I don't want to mention the names. Okay, so, yes. So we are done with the Hibernate validations. Okay, let's take a break for 15 minutes. After coming from the break, we can perform the testing part also. Okay, we can do testing. Okay, chalo, let's have a break. The afternoon class yesterday only. I mean, so I explained about the user dashboard. Today I will revise. Okay. So what's up, boys? Where are we? What we are discussing?
So we are going to discuss JUnit testing.
The testing part. Yes. Okay.
Sir, I think today's attendance is also left.
Right. Okay. So we can. I'll take the attendance at the end of the session. Okay. At 1 o'clock, please remind me, Priyanshu. I'll take the attendance.
Okay, sir.
Or otherwise, I'll take a screenshot. No. We'll do. We'll do after. Okay. I think I have handed this file to you. On the dependencies that we need for our the project. Project Lombok, SQL connector, Log4j, validation APIs, and the JUnit also. Okay. Okay. So we added validations for our project. Okay. So you have to add the validations also for the project. Okay. For anything, you have my repository. You can review the code. Okay. You can review the code for any if you have any doubt. Okay. Or if you are having any issue, you can contact me. Okay. In the holidays also, but so I'm not available for 3 and 4. Okay. So I have some plans in October 3rd and October 4th. But remaining days. Okay. We have 1 to 5 also, right? So in the meanwhile, if you are having doubts, you can message me. Okay, you can message me or you can give a call to me. No need to worry. So, okay, so we developed the entire project. Okay, we developed the entire project. Now we have to work on the testing part. Okay, now we have to work on the testing part. Okay, so actually we have three main services. One is login and register service. Okay, one is user dashboard service. Okay, and one is admin dashboard service. Okay, we have three services now. So I will create three test cases. Okay, I will create three test cases for each one of the service. Okay. Generally, so I will create a one test case for login register, one test case for user dashboard, and one test case for admin dashboard. Okay, I will create a three test cases for the project. Okay, but you can create so three or two at least. Okay, two test cases for login and register, two test cases for user dashboard, two test cases for admin dashboard. Okay, I will create one test cases. Okay, you can create two test cases, so that you have to create the six different test cases. Okay, you have to create six different test cases in each of service, I mean, sorry, in entire services. Okay, so first of all, let's go with the JNU test cases. Okay, so if you want to work with JNU test cases, if you want to write the JNU test case for the project. Okay, so how many dependencies we need? Do you know how many dependencies we need to work with JUnit to create the test cases in the JUnit, to execute the test cases in JUnit? Okay, so how many? Okay, how many dependencies we
So,
need? Okay, what are those? Very good. Two.
like, first is Jupyter engine.
JUnit Jupyter and JUnit
Mm,
platform runner. Okay, so we need a two dependencies. The first one is JUnit Jupyter engine, and second one is JUnit platform runner. Okay, so if you want to add these dependencies to your pom.xml, go to the Google. So here, in the Maven repository, search for JUnit 5. JUnit 5. Okay, so here you can have the JUnit Jupyter. Okay, so you can select the version what I told you. Okay, so the most used version 5.90 we have, and we are working with some version, no, one specific version we are working with. I forgot the version. Okay, we are working with 5.4.0. You can see. Okay, we have to work with 5.4.0. Okay, so either you can go here or you can search for direct version JUnit Jupyter 5.4.0 Maven. Okay, so here you can click on this. Okay, so you can copy the dependency from this particular platform. This is the dependency that we need. Okay, and the second thing we need is JUnit platform runner. Okay, check for JUnit platform runner. So here we can work with 1.2.4 or something. I forgot 1.2.0. See, we have to work with 1.2.0 of JUnit platform number. Okay, so please take care about the versions that we are using. Okay, so if you are not finding a perfect version, you can type in the Google. See, JUnit platform runner 1.2.0. So this is the file we are working. Okay, copy this particular platform runner and paste it in our pom.xml. Actually, we added these things when we are creating the project only. Okay, so we are already had these things when we are creating the projects. We added these things in the pom.xml. Okay, now now we need to create the dependence. I mean, we need to create the test cases. Okay, so where you have to write the test cases, ma? Do you know where to create? Do you know
App
where to
of
create
test.
the test case? Yes, obviously. Okay, so here we have the app test. Okay, here we have to write the different test cases. Okay, so first of all, I want to write a test case for login and register. Okay, I want to write a test case for login and register. Okay, so here, we can open our login and register DAO. Okay, this is our login and register DAO. Here we have. Okay, so here we have a registration method. Okay, here we have registration method. Okay, so I want to check for this particular method. I want to check for this particular method. Okay, so let's write a test cases for this particular method. Okay, so Okay, the first thing we need a one annotation, no? So if we want to create a test case, we have to write a one annotation. Do you know that annotation what it is? What is the annotation that we need to create before creating the test case? I give the options for you.
Test.
Test or test
At
case.
the test case.
Accurate test case or accurate test? Which one? Which one is correct?
Mm.
If you want to create a test case in JUnit 5, which annotation we should use?
First one.
Test.
Accurate test. Okay. So there is no annotation named test case in the JUnit 5. Okay, here we have to write some void methods. Void. Okay. So something like test register. Registration. Okay, we want to test the registration test case. So that's why we are okay registering the test case, and we need to import this test at the rate test annotation from JUnit Jupyter API. Okay, here we have to design our test case. Okay, so this registration method, okay, this registration method is expecting one user object. You can see this registration method is expecting one user object, no? So we have to create the user object first. We have to create some user object. Okay, user u1 equal to new user. Okay, and we need to set some values to this particular thing. Okay, we need to import the model. Now we need to set some values. U1 dot set user ID, username, set username, and the default name. I am giving the Bhaskara or I am giving the admin BS. Okay, so admin BS is already existed in the database. Okay, admin BS is already existed in the database. Okay, see, let's do whatever it is. Okay, set user password. I am giving some password. Admin 123. The u dot set phone number, something like this. Okay, u dot set user role. Okay, so I'm creating account as an admin. Okay, so right now I have a one user account. Okay, I have a one user account. Okay, so I want to write a one type particular test. Okay, so here I am providing the existing name. Okay, I am giving the existing username in the table. Okay, so admin BS is already existed, that we know already, because that is our admin account we are working. Okay, admin BS is already existing. Okay, if user is already existed, if username is already existed, okay, so the project is showing something, na? So what it is showing, if the user is existed, the project is showing something. That something is known as this global exception. Okay, if the user is existed in the database, this particular method is raising one exception. Okay, this particular method is raising one exception. Okay, so we have to check for the exception. Okay, which type of exception it is raising when the username is already existed in the database. So I want to check that mechanism. Okay, so here to check the exceptions, okay, to check the exceptions, we have one asset statement. To check particular exception, we have one asset statement. Did you remember the asset statement? Which type of statement is used to check the exceptions? We have so many. We have 10 or 11 asset methods in JUnit. We discussed all those things. Did you remember anything? Which type of asset method is used to check for the exception? Any guess? You forgot. You forgot the JUnit. That's not a good one. Okay. Okay. So did you remember the different asset statements? Tell me different. Okay, at least 5 asset statements. We have some asset statements.
Asset equal.
Okay, asset equals.
Asset not equal.
Okay.
Asset pattern.
Asset
Pattern.
pattern. Okay. This one is different. Okay. Hello. Do we have asset pattern?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Asset true
Hmm.
and asset
Assert same.
Asset same. What about this? We discussed this asset flows. Did I explain this asset flows to you?
Yes, sir.
We have discussed this. Okay, Prashant asked one doubt also. Why we are writing some lambda expression here? Okay, someone asked me that doubt. Okay, so we have asset throws which is used to check for the exceptions. Okay, which is used to compare the exceptions. Okay, so we are expecting one exception in this particular test case. Okay, I am expecting one exception, so that's why okay I am writing asset throws. Okay, I'm writing asset throws here. Okay, okay, so I am expecting some global exception, and we have a global exception as a Java file. That's why we have to add the dot class also here. Okay, and so we have to call the method by using the by using the okay lambda expression, because we want to operate something, we want to execute something, so that's why we need a lambda expression. Okay, so actually we need to create an object for that particular class, hostel ms dow implementation dow equal to new hostel dow impl, which is the object that we have, and we need to import the statement. Okay, so here by using the dow structure we have to call the method dow dot register. Okay, what's happened? Okay, the spelling mistake. Sorry. Dow dot something like we have register method. Why it is not suggesting me? No default protocol. Okay. Okay. So this is a method. Hostel ms dow impl. Okay, let's copy the name. Same thing. Okay, by using dow object. Okay, actually we have to create the object of interface. Na? Sorry, that's a mistake we are doing. Hostel msdo, from this particular object we have to call the methods. Dow dot register. Hey, why we are not getting this registration? We should get the value registration, and we have to pass u1 object to this, and here we go. Okay, and this particular statement will raise some exception, so we have to set read this exception. Okay, so this is the test case that we wrote. Okay, now execute this particular test case. Okay, right click on the file, go to the run, and click on the run as JUnit test. Let's see what will happen. Okay. Okay, the test case is passed. That's why we got a green color here. Okay, so actually we are expecting the global exception. We got the global exception. Okay, but I am writing some new exception. Okay? So I'm gonna take maybe. Okay, I am expecting arithmetic exception. Okay, Java arithmetic exception. Okay, I am expecting arithmetic exception by running this particular code. Okay, let's see what will happen. Okay, just wait. We got a header because okay assertion failed because okay we are expecting arithmetic exception, but it is throwing global exception. So both are not same. So that's why we got an error. I mean, that's why the test case is failed here. Okay, so this is how we need to write the test cases. Okay, so do the same thing. Okay, we need only the global exception only, and this is a one test case. No, so actually Amitabh told us to write the two different test cases for one method, right? So I am creating another test cases here in this particular method only. Okay, remember. So I'm creating a new user, u2 equal to new user. Okay, so here I can pass some values to the new user. Okay, so I'm just changing the name of the thing. Okay, Tony, Tony 123. Okay, and we need this Tony as a student only. Okay, yes, we have the two users now. Okay, I want to check these two users at a time. Okay, so here, okay, if you want to execute multiple asset statements at a time. Okay, if you want to execute multiple asset statement at a time, we need asset all method. Okay, we have asset all statement now, so we have to use asset all here. Set all. Okay, so within the bracket we have to write it. Okay, set all. Okay, so here I am writing asset equals, guys. Okay, I'm writing asset equals. Okay, I'm expecting one from the running the test case. I'm expecting one by running that particular code. Okay, so expected value is one. Okay, now I can call the method dow dot registration u1. Okay, and this is a semicolon I can write here. Okay, so I think we have to call this asset equals, and we need to call it.
Don't need to change U1 to U2.
Okay, yes, we have to change. But it is showing some issue.
So for Tony
And set also,
the
sir.
object
Yes,
is
sir.
given.
Set also.
Which one?
Set users,
In
report
user
set
two.
users.
I didn't get that.
Sir, you have moved the second object, na? But you haven't changed first.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Okay, got it. And we are having some issue in the asset all. The issue is something like executable statement. Okay, so actually we need a executable statement in the asset all. Obviously, we need a lambda expressions here. Okay, this is the lambda expression for every test case. We need a lambda expression in the asset all. Okay, if both the test cases are true, then asset all will be true. If each one, if any one of the test case is going to fail, the test case is going to fail for sure. Okay, now we are expecting all positive, so we I think our test case can pass. We are expecting green, but we got red. But the thing is, where we got multiple failures. Okay, Java includes default. Okay, so actually I will read this. Okay, here I'm writing comma. Let's do this. Let's see. I think now test case going to pass for sure. Come on. No, again fail. What is a fail? During the persistent time for groups, Java validation groups default. Multiple failures. Okay. Okay, you can see. Must be not null. Oh. Okay, must not be null. Okay, so actually we wrote some validations, no? So that validations is missing actually. So we have to write the address also. I think we missed the address, so that's why it is showing some issues for us. Okay, so let's write some address also here. V1 dot address, set address. Address also not null, no? But we are not passing anything to the address, so that's why hijack dot set user address 30. Now write the test, run it. Just wait for the test case. Yes, we got it. See, okay, because of the Hibernate validations only, okay, in the previous thing, okay, we didn't get the perfect output. The test cases is not passing because, okay, so we didn't pass anything to the user address, but user address cannot be null. Okay, we mentioned here, okay, user address cannot be null, but we are passing the null value to the user address, so that's why the test case is failed. Okay, so in this type of situations, okay, these Hibernate validations will work. Okay, so if you write the regular expression, no, if you write the regular expressions, okay, that particular content only checked in the service layer. Okay, so in the DAO structure we didn't get an issue. Okay, so at any time we need to go with the Hibernate validations. If you pass the regular expressions, okay, the only user can enter the valid data, but tester is not. If we didn't pass the address also, it will accept for sure. Okay, so due to this particular reason we need a validations. Okay, so if you write a validations in the model, okay, if you use the validations perfectly, okay, in the testing part also, okay, those validations is working. But if you are working with regular expressions in the service layer, okay, those things will not applied in the test cases. Okay, so this is the one of the great use of Hibernate validations. Okay, so we successfully verified the one particular method, register method. Now we can verify another method. Okay, so we have so many DAOs. We have user DAO also. Let's verify the user DAO. Okay, we have user DAO. Okay, okay, this is the user DAO implementation. Okay, so I want to check something. Okay, so in the user DAO, are we getting any exceptions? Okay, so I want to check this particular exception. Okay, I want to check this particular method. Okay, so I want to change the password of someone. I want to change the password of someone. Okay, so we want to check. Okay, for that particular reason, we need database because we need to see the different passwords. No. What to do? Come on, database is open. Did you buy anything in the Flipkart or Amazon sale? Mega billion day, big billion days or something, no? Did you buy anything? Anyone? Actually, there is a good deals for laptops in this particular sale, you know. Actually, I thought to buy the new laptop, but no. I forgot. Did you remember the database name? I forgot the database name.
Postal MS.
Postal MS.
Postal MS. Okay. Select from user. Okay. We have so many people here. So here, okay. So I want to change the password of this Anideep. Okay, we have Anideep. Okay, I want to change the password of Anideep. Okay, so how to change? Okay, let's see. Let's test it. Here is app test. Okay, this is the app test. So here, let's create another method and better to use some annotations here. Okay. So here I'm using some display name. Okay. have display name, no? Display name from Jupyter API. Name equal to something called. We don't need this registration. Test registration. Okay. At the rate test again. Void test pass check change password. Okay. So we need to create the user user DAO object first. User DAO equal to or UDAO equal to new user DAO implementation. This is the method we have. Let's call these things. Okay. So now we can. I'll directly mention the things. Okay. So let's see. If the password is correct, if the password is updated, okay, we are returning the status. That means either 1 or a 2 or something. Okay, otherwise we have to get an exception. Okay, so here I am expecting a positive things. Okay, I am a positive person, so I am expecting some positive things from this method. Okay, so that's why I'm using set equals. Set equals. Okay. So I'm expecting 1 from the method. And here we have to pass the method uDAO dot change password, where we have to pass the user ID. Okay, user ID is 3. Okay, and current password and old password. Sorry, present password and new password. And present password is on the ANU007. ANU007. And I want to change it to ANU123. Okay, I want to change this to ANU123. This is my expectations. Okay, maybe this particular thing also will raise an exception. That's why we need to we need to declare the exception also. Okay, now let's check. Let's use the display name here. Display name. Changing password. Changing password test case. Okay, now run this. Okay, test registration and changing password. Okay, spelling is mistake actually. Okay, the test case is failed. Okay, so actually we got failed here in the first method because the username is already existed in the database. Okay, both Tony is also existed in the database. No, so that's why the test is failed. User is already existed. You can see user is already existed. So that's why the first test case is failed. Okay, so actually I don't want to test this particular test case again. Okay, I am disabling this test case. Do you know how to skip this particular execution? I want to skip the test case. Okay, I want to skip this test registration. How to skip the thing? If you want to skip one particular test case, then we have a disabled option here. Disabled. Okay, we can disable from Jupyter API. Now this particular test case is not going to execute. You can see. Now we have one test case, and that particular test case is also passed because the test case is passed because hey, what happened? Actually, the password is changed. Okay. Right now, the current password is 123 and the new password is 007. Let's do this. Okay, let's change the password. Okay. Hey, again it is throwing a global exception. Okay, what is the current password? Let's see what is the current password in the database. Okay, current password of Anu is on ANU007. Okay. Current password is ANU007 and the new password is 123. Okay. and I'm expecting 1, then the user ID is 3 only, right? User ID is 3 only. Okay. Again, there is an issue. Could not execute the statement. Uh-oh, we got something new error. Password equal to. I think this password changing is working, no? Actually, run our code. The login is success. Now I want to change the password file. Current password is 10007. New password is 10123. Oh, we got an error. See, this is the use of, testing. We got an error while flashing. What is the issue? Okay, let's see. Okay. Unknown column UID. Unknown column UID.
Yes, sir. I think where you has user ID. Column we have a user ID.
Shit. Here we have to use user ID. Yes. Hey, Bhaskar. Why are you behaving like this? Priyanshu, why you are behaving like this? Why? What is the problem? Shit. Okay, now let's run the test case. Now it will work. Yes, the test case is true. Actually, there is a mistake in the user DAO implementation. Okay, so see, by using the our test case, okay, we cleared one issue. This is the usage. Okay, this is why we need a testing process. Okay, okay, very good. Clap. We got it. This is the one use case. Okay, let's try to write the asset all statement. Okay, asset all. I'm doing the same thing. This time I'll do it differently. Okay. Now this particular test case is going to fail. Do you know why? We have an error here, right?
Semicolon.
Okay, we didn't close it. Okay, so okay, can you guess what is the status? The test case is going to fail or pass? Do you know?
Fail, sir.
Why? So it is going to fail for sure. Very good. Because we already changed the password of anu0072 to anu123 in the first line. But again, we are trying to change the password with the old password. Okay. So that's why this particular test case is going to fail. Okay. It is going to fail. Yes, fail. Okay. The update password, you have to enter the correct password. Okay. We got an issue. Okay, to update password you have to enter the correct password, but we are not using the correct password. Okay, so I'm sure I got. Okay, this is the password changing option. Okay, in this particular way you can create the test cases for different methods, boys. Okay, can you create something like this? Is this okay for you? Any issue, guys?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, so I think that's enough, no? Do we need to create an admin also? Do we need? Okay, let's create for admin also. Okay, fixed to create the admin test case also, no? Let's create for one test case for admin also. Admin dashboard implementation. So here we can check for something. Okay. So I want to create a new room. Okay, I want to create a new room. Okay, I want to check this particular test case. Okay, whether this particular method is working or not. I want to check. So here in the app file, we can create something for register. I mean, create room method. So admin, sorry, we need to create the test case for sure. Okay, void, sorry, void test admin. Okay, so here we have to create the objects admin a dou equal to admin dou impl. Okay. So we have some. Now, okay, I want to write a one test case for admin dou create room method. Okay, create room method. So first of all, we need a room object, na? Room r1 equal to new room. Okay, and we need to import the room also. Okay, so here let's add some values to the room. Room dot set room ID is something like 103. R1 dot set room ID, set room name, sorry, something like Garuda Adri. Garuda Adri. R1 dot set room type is non-AC. Okay, we have a one room. Okay, so I want to save this room. Okay, so see, let's see, this particular method is returning also one. Okay, so here also I'm expecting one, so that's why I'm writing some set equals. I'm expecting one. Okay, so dou sorry, a dou dot create room. Okay, we have to pass the r1 for that, and let's see. And this particular method will return some exceptions maybe, so we have to declare an exception here. Okay, let's check it. The test cases failed because, okay, the admin got success. The test admin got success, but changing password is failed. Okay, so I will disable this also. Disable. Disable. Now run this. Now we can get the perfect output. The test case is going to pass for sure, but yes, we got failed because room name is already existed in the database. That's why test admin is got failed. Let's add new one, 104. This time we can create something. Hey, Garudaadri, Sheshadri, Vrishbadri. I forgot the names. Garudaadri, Sheshadri, Vrishbadri, Anjanadri. Okay, generally these Adris, no. So the Adri means hill. Okay, so these are the name of the hills in the Tirumala. We have a Lord Tirupati, no. So Lord Tirupati is located in the highest hill of 7 hills, no. So these are the names of the hills. Okay. So guys, give me a moment. Hello. Okay, sorry. So yeah, what we're doing. So let's run this particular method. Okay, 104 is the new room with the name of Anjanadri. Okay, so these names are the names of hills in Tirumala. Okay, the Lord Balaji. Okay, let's add this. Let's try to run this. Okay, yes, we got true. Okay, the success, the test case is success. Okay, that means the room is added into the database successfully without any interruption. Okay, like this you have to create the different test cases for your project. Okay, so this is how you need to create the test cases. Okay, so I created three different test cases for three different DAO methods, but you have to create the six different test cases. Okay, please create six different test cases for your project. Okay, that's clear.
Yes, sir.
What about others? Any doubts? Any doubts in the project or any doubts in the testing
Yes.
part? Okay.
Also,
So finally we did it. Okay, we completed the project. Okay, now we can happily push the code into the GitHub. Okay, so and say bye to the project. Let's open our.
Sir, each test case must have two test condition assets.
Yes, yes, yes. You have to use the accept all for it. Okay, just like I did. Guys, I mean this one method. Okay, this method is the one test case. Okay, each test case must have two asset statements. That's what Amitava told us, right? Remember, one positive and one negative, something like that. Okay, let's see. Okay, after log add. Okay, so that completed. We can push it now. Okay, done. Now we can go and check our GitHub repository. Okay, so this is our project. We have the readme file also. Create a readme file. Better to create one readme file. Okay, so here we have all the code. Okay, we have all the code here. This is our source code, and in the src we have test. Okay, test java com hostel ms. Okay, here in this particular folder we have the test cases. We have test cases here. We use the test cases. Okay. So when you are creating the test cases, better to write the comments and also better to include the display name attribute for every test case. Remember, okay, better to add a display name test case. Okay, so chalo. So yeah, these are the different test cases we wrote, and this is our final project. Okay, see, totally we committed 9 things. Okay, 9 commits is done. Okay, that's it. That's enough. More than enough. Okay, so we successfully completed our sprint one project. Congratulations. So tell me, okay, this is the final call. If you are having any doubts, you can ask me. Otherwise, yes, we can wind up.
For attendance.
Yes. Okay, we'll take the attendance. Other than that, yes, is everything okay with the project? Can I expect the project completion by Sunday morning 10 o'clock? That means 2nd of October. Can I expect?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Everybody, okay. I have a confidence. Okay. So I will get at least 16 GitHub links from you. Okay. So don't spoil my confidence. Okay. I'm expecting at least 15 to 16 projects from your batch. Okay. Yes. Chalo. So this is very, very important. You know how important is it, right? So remember, work on it. Okay. So if you have any doubt now, you can ping me or you can take a reference file my GitHub repository. You have everything in my GitHub. Okay. So you can take a reference. Otherwise, you can give me a call if you are facing any issue. Okay, give me a call. Okay. But at the end of the day, I need the outcome. I already mentioned you. I need output. That's it. You have to complete at any cost. Okay. There is no chance of executions. Okay. So we have a lot of experience. Okay. But at this time, I don't want to excuse anything. Okay. Remember. Hmm. Okay. Anything wants to discuss, boys and girls? Is everything okay? And till now we completed by this time we completed 70 percentage of our course. We completed 70 percentage of our course, and we have to complete the remaining 30 percentage, or we can say 35 percentage. Maybe we completed 65 percentage of the course. We have to complete the remaining, okay, 35 percentage of the course. Okay. And tell me, okay, so tell me, how is the classes? Is there any improvements needed for the remaining things? We have Spring, we have Angular. Okay. So possibly,
Sir,
hopefully, I will take the classes.
when we will study about Spring?
I think next week, probably after completion of our project executions or project explanations, we can start Spring. Okay,
Okay, so our
probably
next
from,
topic is Spring.
yeah, Spring.
Okay, sir.
If my HO ask me to change any topic, I will change the topic. But 99% is our next topic is Springboard. Springboard, the Spring REST APIs, IOCs, dependency injection. Okay, we have to discuss so many things. Spring is an awesome
Uh,
framework. Yes,
yes, so
Sandeep.
sir. Actually, I've got an offer, job offer, and they are asking me for only Spring. If I know
Oh,
Spring. Yes, sir.
okay. That's nice. Congratulations, man. That's good. Okay, so we can discuss. We can discuss the Spring.
Yes, sir. Okay,
Don't
sir.
worry. Don't worry, man. You have basket. Remember the name. I know.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay, let's take an attendance. Okay. So actually, we have the meeting now. Let's take an attendance. Yes. Hello, sir. Hi, sir. Pardon?
Yeah, hi sir. How are you?
Yes. I'm good, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I just need to talk with the student for only. I'll take 5 minutes. No?
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. You can say.
Regarding the classes.
Okay, okay, sir.
So
I
hi
will.
guys, my name is Padam. I'm taking care your center. I mean, where you registered. I hope we communicated before.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah. सो आप लोग का ये क्लास तो ठीक है बट वो आप लोग इंग्लिश क्लासेस में मुझे अटेंडेंस परसेंटेज बहुत लो दिख रहा है क्यों कुछ रीजन है इसके पीछे हेलो गाइस प्रशांत नैन्सी गुंजन प्रियांशु
Yes, sir.
हाँ आप लोग का
Yes, sir.
इंग्लिश क्लासेस का परसेंटेज उतना अच्छा क्यों नहीं है
Sir, I have regularly join English classes on the regular basis.
Okay. What about others?
So I'm also joining
I am
regular.
also, sir.
Okay, who is not joining? Hello, Nancy,
Yes, sir.
Nishant, Neetu.